How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be replacing dash camera in my car. Over the years I tried many different brands of dash cameras, and this one by far is my favorite. And the reason is, number one, it has exceptional video quality. As a matter of fact, it saved me $2,000 in a hit-and-run accident. This lady sideswiped my car on the traffic light and then ran away. I was able to read her license plate number, called the cops, and they found her. And another reason is this camera is really well built. I actually looked up my Amazon order and it was from 2017, 8 years ago, and it's still working really well. It gets beaten up by sun and heat every single day. I live in Florida and it gets up to 140 degrees inside the car. Nevertheless, 8 years later, it still works just like new. So you may wonder, if it's such a great camera and it still works like new, why would I replace that? And the answer is this little accident right here. Once again, it was hit and run, and this time it happened in a parking lot. I have no way of finding out who did that. For that reason, I'm upgrading to this triple camera setup with the parking recording mode by the same brand, Viofo. It is capable of recording everything in front, behind, and inside, even if you park, turn off, and leave your vehicle. With this setup, if somebody hits or scratches my car, puts the dents in the door, I should be able to find out who did that and go after them. So this is the kit that I've got. It consists of the triple camera setup, the hardwiring kit for the parking mode, high endurance memory card, and the wireless remote control button. Included in the box, the main camera, USB-C cable, interior and the rear view camera, micro SD card with adapter. Check this out, it's waterproof, temperature proof, X-ray proof, and magnet proof. That is one tough SD memory card. Polarizing filter for the front camera, and we've got some paperwork and double-sided adhesive, bumper sticker, and windshield static stickers. The power cord, cables for the interior and rear view camera, and trim tool for the cable management. The remote control button comes with the user's manual, double-sided adhesive, and coin battery. And the hardwiring kit comes with installation guide, parking mode control module, and the power cables. The power adapter is 45 watts, and it has two USB-C ports. One is for the dash camera and one for charging your devices. In my case, I'm not even going to be using this adapter because I'm going to power up the camera using hardwiring kit instead. So pretty much it's going to be a free bonus for me. We've got 4K front camera, and the other two are 2K QHD. All three cameras have highly rated Sony Starvis 2 image sensors, and they record in 30 frames per second. The main camera has built-in Wi-Fi, smart voice control, and you can also attach external SSD hard drive to it in case you'd like to record and save large volume of videos. The polarizing filter could be used with the front camera to reduce the glare in case the sun's shining straight at the camera. I placed the main camera on the passenger side to keep obstruction of my view to the minimum. I ran the power cable and hid it behind the headliner, and then behind the A-pillar plastic cover. I used the circuit tester tool to install hardwiring kit. It's very simple and easy to use. We're just going to connect it to the negative and positive terminals of the battery. The tool is going to automatically turn on and it's ready to go now. It's one of my favorite tools. It makes troubleshooting electrical issues really easy. And if you don't have one of those yet, check out the link down in the comments below. Next, we're going to need to get to the interior fuse panel. And in my case, it's conveniently located on the side of the dashboard. We can test each fuse individually to see if it's receiving 12 volts power from the battery, or if they are currently not getting any power and only connected to the ground. One of the included power cables will have this black triple connector on one end and black, red, and yellow wires on the other side. The black wire needs to be connected to the body of the car for the ground. And for the other wires, we're going to need to use these fuse adapters. They were not included in the packaging and I had to buy them separately. I put them together using crimping tool, and that's what it looks like. We're going to start with car turned off, no key in the ignition cylinder. And first, we're going to look for a fuse that is getting constant 12 volt power from the battery, even when the car is turned off, such as this one right here. I always like to reference the fuse diagram to find some useless fuses. In my case, that fuse was for heated seats, which I do not have in my car. We're going to pull that fuse out and then insert it into the adapter for the red wire. And then the adapter needs to go into the spot where the fuse was originally. So essentially we're splicing into one of the circuits to power up our dash camera. Next, we're going to find a fuse that is not getting 12-volt power when the car is turned off, such as this one right here. Now insert the key and turn it to the accessory power position. And then test the same exact fuse and make sure that now it's getting 12-volt power. Take out the ignition key. We're going to pull out that fuse and insert it into the adapter for the yellow wire. And in the same way, we're going to place the adapter into the spot where the fuse was. We are going to insert the other end into the parking mode control module. And then connect the power cable that goes to the camera to the other side. And using the button on the side, we can choose the minimum battery cutoff voltage to protect it from fully discharging. I'm personally going to choose the lowest 11.8 volts to maximize recording time in the parking mode. Then I tucked in the access power cables and the control module underneath the fuse box. And finally put back the side cover. And if you did everything correctly, next time you turn on the camera, you should see a confirmation message about hardwiring kit on the screen. Next, we're going to need to find some good spot to mount the interior camera. We're going to use the shorter cable to connect it to the main camera. These ports are clearly labeled for the interior and the rear camera connections. And the third camera is going to go to the back of the car, and it comes with this really long cable that should be able to reach the back window of most cars. The interior and the back cameras look identical, and they're able to rotate full 360 degrees. And the only difference is that the front interior camera has these 4 infrared lights in the corners for nighttime recording. And as an example, here's what the regular daytime recording looks like. Next, here's the shot at night without infrared lights. And this is what it looks like with infrared lights activated.
Sorry, I almost forgot my bowl.
Where's that bowl? Let's go ahead and install the rear view camera now. If you prefer not to stick the cameras directly onto the windows, you can use included optional electrostatic stickers. We're just going to remove the backing tapes and apply it to the window, and then stick the camera to it. They're completely clear and won't block your view, and you can always easily remove them if you ever decide to take down or relocate your cameras. Press it on and hold it for a few seconds to make sure it sticks really well. Now we just need to connect the power cable and adjust the camera angle. And actually, after looking at the preview, I decided to mount the interior camera right underneath the rear view mirror in this central low position for the best video results. After I installed all 3 cameras, I neatly hid all of the cables behind the headliner and trim panels, and it looks really nice and clean now. Just like any other dash cam, when you turn on the car, it automatically turns on and starts recording. And there's also this audible confirmation that the recording started and that it's recording from all 3 cameras.
Recording. 3 channels started.
And in a similar manner, when you turn off your car, there's a confirmation that the parking mode recording started and that all 3 channels are being recorded.
Parking recording started. Recording. 3 channels started.
You can turn this off in the settings, but I personally like to keep it on. Sometimes a memory card can get corrupt and stop working, the power cable could get damaged, or one of the cameras stop functioning, and you could be driving for days without recording anything, and at the moment when you need it the most, you may not have any video evidence. This dash camera can support up to 512 GB micro SD cards. And if that's not enough, you can use external SSD drives with unlimited amount of storage, such as this one right here, that can hold up to 4 TB. You can use a long USB-C cable and run it to the glove box compartment to keep your SSD drive safe and secure. You can also buy optional wireless remote control button for this camera setup. If you have something interesting or critical happen when you drive, you can simply press this button and that video file will be saved and it will never be deleted from the memory card. There are also 2 more buttons on the side. One of them will turn on or off the microphone in case you want to have a private conversation in your vehicle. And the other button will turn on or off the Wi-Fi on the main camera. Both of these buttons could be customized in the settings to perform other functions such as taking a photo, powering off the camera, switching to time-lapse recording, or taking HDR on or off. You can mount this button anywhere in your car where you can easily access it, such as on the center console, on top of the dashboard, or on the steering column next to the emergency lights button. In my car, I found the perfect spot for it right by the infotainment screen.
Video protected. Voice recording disabled. Voice recording enabled.
There's also a Viofo mobile app available to communicate with this camera. In here you can watch live feed from each camera individually or from all three of them combined. You can also take a snapshot. Next, you can access recorded files from the front, interior, or rear camera, or from all of them combined. And they can also be sorted by locked files, parking mode, and photos. From here, you can select and delete multiple files at the same time. The search option allows you to filter recorded videos by any specific day of the calendar. You can preview any of the videos in full screen, straight from the camera, and if necessary, you can download them to your phone. In the settings, you have ability to adjust wide range of parameters and features for your camera setup. For example, you can turn on the fish eye for the interior camera. You can adjust the G sensor sensitivity, adjust motion detection sensitivity in parking mode, turn GPS antenna on or off, adjust notification volume, choose one of many parking recording modes. One of them is low power impact detection. You can use it if your car has a really old or weak battery to prevent it from completely draining when using a dash camera. Instead of recording time-lapse, the camera will go into the standby mode, and only if the G sensor will detect impact to your vehicle, the camera will turn on within 2 seconds and record 1-minute video clip. You can also set HDR feature for each camera individually to be turned on, off, or automatic. And you can also set up HDR to be active during any specific time of the day. Overall, it's really convenient to use mobile app to control your camera and access your files, but you can always do all of that on the camera itself. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult and cumbersome. You can also choose to display a lot of useful information on the bottom of each video, such as your driving speed, your geolocation, your car battery voltage, dash camera make and model number, video resolution, HDR status, as well as date and time. Also notice how the front camera does a really good job when recording at night, thanks to that Sony StarVis sensor with enhanced nighttime recording. The HDR feature on this camera does a really impressive job when recording in high contrast environments, such as this shopping plaza with really dark sky and brightly lit storefront. Check out the difference when we zoom in and compare the shots side by side. Now let's take a look at a few more examples of recorded videos.
Whoa, that is crazy. I just captured that.
Alright folks, I hope this video was helpful, and if so, please give it a like. I put a lot of effort into making it, and if you're interested in buying this dash camera kit, check out the link for it down in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, have a nice day.